Hey there, everybody. Welcome back. This is the Gerbil, and this is January 9th. I'm going to take on Darth Davis. Got to give him a big shout out for being a really cool opponent. And also celebrating today, Teebo Relic 7. Yep, that is a big accomplishment for me. Super happy about that. I've got Scout at Relic 6. And in 2 days, he'll be Relic 7, and that will complete my Relic 7, all Ewoks Relic 7. Super happy about that. Got the motivation to do it for Territory Battles 3. My guild needed Relic 7 Scout and Relic 7 Teebo, and I'm like, yeah, right there, bro, right there. Yeah, I love my Ewoks. Anyway, I have a newfound appreciation for the Dangerous Prototype Datacron. That's the new Datacron set. I mean, let's back that up to say I don't like Datacrons, but the level 6 ability that applies blind in 3v3 is insane. It is so good. Because, well, you only have 3 characters, right? So if every time one of yours attacks, you blind somebody, you essentially are negating a third of your enemy team out the get-go. It's like a perma-blind, right? As long as you're, able to land it. I don't know if there's a tenacity potency check on that or not, but it's good. It's wickedly good. This is my opening battle that I would normally win because yeah, seriously, that's what always happens right there. Like 100% always happens. Cat always goes after Grandmaster Yoda. Don't know, it must be hard-coded. Maybe it's the weakest character she targets, I don't know, but she always goes after Grandmaster Yoda, and then I revive and I generally just hammer down and win. But nope. Too many blinds, too many dodges, too many deflections, like right there. Did you see that? Like a second ago, Master Luke was, my AoE was deflected and then deflected again. And look, another blind. So my GL is effectively out of this match. Here we go. Watch this. Deflected. See that? That's the blind. Blinded again. This is literally a GL and 2 supporters versus Jolie. Yeah. Like, really. And when I was playing it, I honestly had absolutely no idea what was going on. It didn't trigger yet that that's the Datacron, the level 6 Datacron. The level 6 Datacron that makes people blind is, in my opinion, right now, the very best in the game for 3v3. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong, but I'm going to lose a couple matches because of this. So there was the first one. Yeah, that's gone. We're gonna beat Darth Davis. And he was super cool about it. I hope he gets to watch this. I told him I'd share the video. We had a good little chat there. But wow, did he teach me a thing or two there. He's going to get hung up on one of my squads. I'll share my defense. I'll do a defensive review tomorrow. And I'll go through the 3 rounds. I did not change my defense in any of the 3 rounds. And we're going to finish out the week in first place. So proud about that. Awesome. 3-0. Great way to start 3v3. I love 3v3. I think 3v3 is a lot of fun. You see a lot more diversity, I feel. 5v5, I think, is just like expected. I mean, I could probably predict the defense lineup in the first 5v5 in 3 weeks right now with probably 85% accuracy. But in 3v3, you see a lot more interesting things, I think. I mean, there is a lot of redundancy. There is, of course. Like, almost everybody's going to have CLS, 3PO, and 2PO, which my opponent here has on defense with the blind droid Datacron. So every single turn, 2PO is going to assist with C3PO or with Luke. So every single turn, if one of my tunes is not blinded, it will be blinded. And that, my friends, is gross. It is so gross. I think even more gross than Finnick dropping Lord Vader. I think that's just funny. Two matches in a row I got to pull that off. That was a lot of fun. If you don't really know how that works, there's really only 2 things you got to understand there. One, every time I believe Greef gets nailed with a debuff, it reduces his cooldowns by 1. And Lord Vader spams debuffs. So every turn when Greef takes a turn, you use his second special that cleanses off your team, gets rid of all the debuffs, and heals the team. So you're perpetually healing, recovering health, protection, and cleansing those debuffs. And it's just a cycle that Lord Vader cannot get away around. Mando is in there, as you probably saw, just to disintegrate the wingmen. You always want to, probably not always, but generally want to start by taking out Royal Guard. And in 3v3, especially if Lord Vader just has double tanks, then there is nothing threatening out there. Vader can put out some damage, sure, but it's just not really threatening. So you disintegrate the tanks, and then you just lay as many armor shreds from Fennec, and then punch him in the gut as much as you can, because her basic attacks 5 times. So you land just a bunch of armor shreds, and then you just kill Lord Vader super fast. Sith Eternal is, I think, the best counter for Jedi Master Luke, unless, of course, you have scoundrels who just perpetually blind him. Let's see here. Wampa. I always want to put a Datacron on Wampa just to womp harder, but you just don't need it. I mean, you really don't need it. You just land up all those damage over time. She put that health healing immunity on them, and once you got both of the wingmen down pretty low into the red like they are now, then you just pop Qui-Gon. You usually take them out in one hit, just like that, see? And then the other Jedi take a turn and fall over. It's so funny. Oh, well. Okay, got pretty good at that one. Here we go. What are we going to go for? Alrighty. Slicker against Mara Jade Malak. And, well, that was easy. That was easy. We took down the Emperor in one hit. Yep. I mean, like, that was easy. So I threw Slicker at that just because I knew I could not beat Kenobi up there. After losing to Kenobi and seeing that, I was like, there's no way. I just can't do it. I can't handle that. So that just freed me up to throw whatever I want at the bottom row. I probably should have saved Slicker for back row, because I could have beat that with a couple of other squads. And that was a tactical mistake on my part. But that's okay. We're going to get through it. Here we go. 501st against Revan, only because gas prevents revives. So Jolee is fundamentally worthless, 100% worthless right there. Bastila Shan just doesn't really put out much damage. I mean, she can call some assists, which are great, but she didn't put out much damage. And they just, again, then they don't have any chance. They have absolutely no chance of winning. And like I said, because I know I cannot break through the top row, it doesn't matter. I'll just focus whatever I can here on the bottom. Word of advice to anybody out there, if you don't know, clearing the bottom 2 rows yields more points than clearing the top. So if you're really worried about your ships, like you can't hold or with the fleets, but you have enough to hold, or you think you have enough to hold a territory, it's way better to protect the bottom row. And that is exactly how I'm going to win this match against Darth Davis. I'm going to clear both bottom rows, he's going to clear the top, and I'm going to win on points by about 80 points. I don't know why the fleets are worth less than the bottom back row. I wish they were not. In my opinion, they should be worth more, because there are far fewer fleets. I think there are 11 capital ships, and there are not enough fighters to fill out those rosters. And of course, we don't have loadouts, so we make a lot more mistakes there. Like, you know, putting all your bounty hunters with executrix and not executor or something like that. Oh, I've done that before. Yeah, that can be so frustrating. Or you throw in Home 1 and your mind is somewhere else and you load it up with all Galactic Republics. I mean, like, they're all light side, but oops, no. Yeah, and if you lose a fleet battle, it's really, really hard to come back and win to clear. I mean, it's just nasty. So, I don't know why, but CG, you should really reconsider that. So, Imperial Troopers, gotta love them. In 3v3, they're just a lot slower. Right? So yeah, that Bossk, he's pretty slow actually. I think overall the speed mods on this bounty hunter squad is a lot slower than I would recommend to others, which I thought was going to allow my I would say crippled Imperial Troopers with only 3 men instead of 5 to outrun them. And I did get a couple opening hits, but it just wasn't enough. And then once the Omicron speed boost from Zam catches up, then it was just game over. So Malik, highly unlikely they can do anything against Malik here. Highly unlikely. I mean, they can, because they can easily take out Vader and Palp, because Boba there, he's getting all that offensive power boost from Zam and speed boost. And if I recall correctly, Boba Fett ignores taunt, so he can just one shot execute Palpatine there, but he didn't get the opportunity. So it's always a bit risky going in there, always a bit risky. But we got him. Not sure why I was looking at his datacron over there. Probably wondering why he suddenly got faster or something. I don't know. But then Malik just said, we win. Doesn't matter. Move on. Here we go. Grievous. Jedi Knight Revan. He's kind of a, he's a standard counter to Grievous, so not much to say here. Let's see. Other news. Unlocked the Scythe today. That was exciting. I've thrown it at 2 Executors and got obliterated both times. I've been playing the game for, what, 5 years, maybe more, and my Emperor Shuttle is still 6-star, which I think is having a negative impact on my fleet. Got to get that one fixed. But also, I watched a little bit of a couple of other YouTubers online who have already premiered their Scythes. I'm just not really impressed with it. An interesting thing is, so my Grand Inquisitor is Relic 8, and Fifth Brother, the co-pilot, is Relic 7. And when I maxed out this Scythe's abilities, it weighed in at 98,000 GP, making it the #1 ship in my roster for GP. It beat out Han's Millennium Falcon, which blew me away. Mine's 95. At 98,000, that's a 100,000 GP bump to your roster instantly. And I just don't feel yet that it's worth it. My initial impressions are meh. Hopefully that'll change. I'm really wondering about the Imperial Trooper TIE Reaper, I think it is. I've geared up the pilots to gear 12, but the ship is still also 5-star. I have like 5 ships that are not 7-star. It's so annoying. But I really think that ship it needs to be in the starting lineup. I mean, like, it's my initial thinking is that it needs to be Reaper, TIE Pilot, or TIE Fighter, Scythe, and then First Reinforcement TIE Bomber. Could be wrong. Definitely could be wrong, but we'll see. I threw these Siths in here because I thought we could, land the healing immunity like I did, and the Sith Marauder reduces max health, I think, by 15% with each crit. Thought I could get through crew pretty quickly, and that just didn't work, did it? That was a big time no. I'm not going to repeat that one. Not a chance. So back to the Scythe. Yeah, I'll probably make a video later about Scythe, but I think TIE Reaper, TIE Fighter, Scythe. Why Reaper? Reaper has a ton of turn meter manipulation. It's not super strong, but when combined with all the turn meter manipulation from TIE Fighters plus Scythe, I have a feeling that that's going to be a really fast combo. But in my initial play testing, my Relic 5 TIE Fighter just got obliterated, pretty much opening move on Executor, and then the Scythe Wingmen, they're really weak. And it's all those assists in there that just kind of shut it down. Now, I saw a video that put Scythe as a reinforcement, and their TIE Fighter was the starter, but also died first turn. But then the Scythe coming in as a reinforcement did some interesting things at that moment, because TIE Fighter goes first, it gains Foresight when it uses its special, so then you target any bounty hunter except Bossk, and then that gives Bossk the 20% turn meter, so he guarantees to go first. So he applies Breach, then Executor kills TIE Fighter, so there's no more Breach, and then Scythe comes in, and I think it cleanses when it did, but it somehow got rid of the taunt, and since there's no Breach on an ally ship, the taunt wears off, and then at that point was pretty easily able to just start wiping out the non-tank bounty hunters. So if that is indeed the strategy, I'll be testing it, and I'll share some vids later maybe. Okay, good job, Akbar, good job. My guild just pretty much asked me to take Akbar up to Relic 7 for Territory Battle 3. I'll do it because I love the Rebels, I love Rebel fleets, and can never go wrong with one of your favorite capital ships getting, you know, a little bit better. Here we go. Plus 181% crit damage on my opponent. Seriously, no joke. Plus 181% crit damage in that Datacron. But, well, my Han shoots first. Mirror match. This is the value of speed right here. This is going to be a 16-second victory. 17-second. Mirror match. Faster Han shoots first in mirror matches. So you drop Chewie, gets rid of guard. His Han shoots. I don't know. Oh, hit my Han. But, again, guard. So no crits, which means Han survives. Han counter-striked, which was really nice. Killed his Han. No guard. And then that was it. Speed matters. Speed. This one I thought I would do a lot better. I normally put these slightly longer matches on a faster speed, like 140%. I'm probably talking to someone here in real life. Don't know why I haven't played yet. But this Newt, and I'm going to go read the Newt kit after this battle, but this Newt is going to excessively dodge me, and that is not a Dodgicron. Here we go. Dodge. See that? Dodge. I don't know how, but this Newt just, like, is like Batman. Like MC Hammer. Can't touch this. But I guess, wait, this is Newt, right? So Newt's supposed to have like a really bad Japanese accent, like from a 1950s movie, right? Where all of the Japanese actors are played by 30-year-old white dudes from California. So I guess it'd be more like, oh, can't touch this. Can't touch this. Can't touch this. No, I don't know. Whatever. I don't do bad Japanese accents. In fact, I just don't do accents well. Well, I can do a variety of really good Southern American accents. That's also mostly because I grew up not really in the South. I mean, I guess technically my home state is in the South, but I don't like to think of it as being in the South. Although I guess it is, so who knows. All right, here we go. This is lagging on much longer than it should have. Come on. Stun. Got the stun. Just kill B1. It's amazing how many hits it takes to kill B1. Okay, fractured, take away. I like Thrawn's leadership, but don't really have a need for it right here. Thrawn's leadership is really good when you just need to pass a lot of turns, because his granted special ability, it removes, if I remember, removes all the debuffs on you and gives the character plus 50% turn meter. So it's not like a complete waste of their turn. It's, like I said, it's very helpful. Oh, look at that, another dodge. It's very, very helpful when you're just trying to pass around, like, to achieve some kind of a feat, like kill with X character. This way you just pass turn, attack. Pass turn, attack. Yeah, so dodge. See that? Another dodge. And I'm like, where are these dodges coming from? So many dodges. It's not a Dodgicron. Anyway, I'll look it up in the kit. I'll go check it out. Excuse me. Okay, so we're gonna go in here and mop up now, because dodge. I would like to gear up BB-8. Discovered after the last GAC that BB-8 grants turn meter at the start to all the for each droid ally there. So himself plus R2, it's like, I don't remember what it is. I didn't memorize it, but especially since my BB-8 is like gear 8 or something, but so low on my priorities list. I think I'm going to go for Rey pretty soon. I have 5 GLs now, so Rey and Lord Vader, dodge, are the only 2 I don't have, and I absolutely do not want to go for Lord Vader. I don't like the character. I don't like its gameplay mechanics. I don't like how, to me, his entourage is going to pilfer too many characters from other squads. Whereas Rey as a self-contained faction, I like that. I also think Rey is probably one of the best GLs in defense. Like there's always a Datacron, hate that tends to like do good stuff for her. It doesn't really matter what the Datacron set is. Like if it's got Hellsteel, then there you go, right? If it's got anything for resistance, of course, there you go. I mean, there's always one. Kind of like Inquisitors, honestly. There is always a Datacron set that seems to really buff them. Like the first Datacron set was directly for them. Then the Empire bonus, where they gained the bonus turn meter, that one just elevated them. And then the current set, of course, is really elevated them up to GL status. It's funny, Scribe, if you don't watch Scribe, you gotta check him out, he's a great guy. Scribe did a video today with the top 3 recommendations for 2023, and it was Aphra, which I can see, Jabba the Hutt, which I 100% wholeheartedly agree with, and Grand Inquisitor, which I also really agree with. And he was pointing out that that Inquisitors with Grand Inquisitor are fantastic in GAC, in Territory Wars, in Assault Battles, in the new, or I can't remember, there's something else, but I'm like, yeah, I've been saying that since I unlocked him on day 1. But I think it's neat to see so many people start to turn around on it, because like I think that, you know, when Fifth Brother, I think it was Fifth Brother, which whenever it was the Inquisitor that finished the original 5 Marquees came about, there was so much disappointment that they honestly were meh. And then there was just all of those forced galactic challenges, forced challenge, that it just, you know, it wrecked their reputation, such that by the time the Grand Inquisitor came out, the community had already decided they were going to suck. And so no matter what people like me and Xaereth did to say, you know what, actually guys, wait, hold on now, let's not be so hasty, people just didn't really care. They had made up their mind. And now that more and more people are getting Grand Inquisitor, they're starting to go, whoa, hang on now. That faction is actually pretty dope. They really are. And I got multiple holds with them this GAC. So anyway, this is my last battle. I'm gonna let you all go. Hope you enjoyed. Hope my ramblings weren't too bad. Still recovering from COVID. Super duper tired. I have no idea what I'm really saying at the moment. I could be talking about like anything and wouldn't know. Oh well, whatever. Anyway, stay tuned and I'll show my defense tomorrow, and Scythe video coming up soon as well. Bye bye.